Welcome back, Money Team. This is Mad Money Shot, sniffing at the Madden cheese as always. In today's video, I got one more roster for you guys. I've put out about 4 different roster names for you guys to download if you guys want to play online, offline, to get Madden 26 rosters in Madden 25. There's a lot of options out there. It's not always the easiest to get the best one, but the one I'm going to give you guys today, I feel like it's probably the most accurate that I've seen as far as free agents, as far as retired players. Derek Carr's not going to be in this roster, stuff like that. He just retired recently. As far as free agents, including undrafted free agents, this particular roster is about as close to accurate of Madden 26 as I have found, and I'm going to give you guys how to download that in Madden 25. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, and let me know in the comments section, as I don't really plan on doing any more roster videos because I thought the last one was going to be the best one. It's pretty close to this one, but there were still some people complaining about things like speed and things like that when it comes to some of the players, some of the rookies, and I found one that's going to be a little bit of an improvement, so I'm going to show you guys that. But let's go ahead and let's start off by going to the Creation Center tab and then going to the Download Center, and then we're going to go all the way over to rosters once again, and we're going to hit Y or triangle with an Xbox and PlayStation to search by keyword. And you can see right here we have 2 choices: search by keyword, search by username. You can use either one of these because there's only the username is going to be pretty easy, but we're going to go by keyword first, and the keyword is going to be 1090 roster, which I'm not really sure what the 1090 is what the 1090 is actually about. The only thing I can think of that's a 1090, I think, is like a tax form. But 1090 roster is going to be the one today. There's only one thing that's going to pop up. It's going to be Hoodie Pop 22. That's going to be the one. And I want to thank at Mixter Sang Tucci, who actually recommended this on the last video that I made about this. So if you download this one and you think you got a better one than this, let me know in the comments section, and maybe I'll make a video about it in the future and give you credit. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna download that. But like I said, I already did download it, and I already checked it out, so I'm not actually gonna download it here. Then after you download it, you just back out, go back to the home screen, and then you got to go all the way over to the load and delete files section, which once again I already did before I did this video. And they just want to load the 1090 roster, which is going to be simply hitting A or X, whether an Xbox or PlayStation, and then hitting yes, so that it'll load the roster. So I'll just do it again, not like it really matters. But at the end of the day, that's it right there. I'll go ahead and I'll back out and show you guys that this is the most up-to-date roster, because if I go to the edit roster section and then manage players, I usually start with the Eagles because that's my team, but the most recent thing that happened as far as player movement in the entire league was really just Derek Carr retiring. And if I go to the Saints, you can see he's no longer on the Saints. So this is pretty well upkept, considering that, like I said, this was actually commented on the last video that I put out about rosters, which is over a week ago. So whoever's doing this obviously went back in and keeps it up. So we got probably the most accurate roster in the game, especially the most up to date. The second most recent thing to happen when it comes to player movement was the Cowboys trading for a receiver in George Pickens. As you can see right here, he's on the Cowboys. So like I said, as far as up to date as it gets, this is everything. It's got it. Other than that, though, let's go back to my Philadelphia Eagles just to show you guys all the rookies and all the undrafted free agents that they have. Kyle McCord, I think, was a 6th-round pick. He's on here. We traded for Dorial Thompson-Robinson, so it's pretty accurate from top to bottom. A lot of these look kind of like they're reused. Like Montrell Johnson was a undrafted free agent that the Eagles got, and he's one of the higher profile ones. He's one that a lot of people think might stick around over a guy like A.J. Dillon, who's coming off of a major injury. So it's cool to see him on here. Ben Van Sumeren, who's a linebacker, normally got changed to fullback in the offseason. They made him a fullback here, so that's obviously pretty cool. As this has, small free agents like Danny Gray, who I think we got off the Niners practice squad, Terrence Marshall. It's got everything. There's not one guy really missing. The only thing that I could say is missing is it doesn't have every undrafted free agent, but even an Eagles fan like myself, I have no idea who all the undrafted free agents are, but this has a few, like Holland Pierce, who was an undrafted free agent. Miles Hinton was like a 6th or 7th round pick. We have, I think we have a backup center. Drew Kendall was a 5th or 6th round pick. We got Cameron Williams was like a 5th or 6th round pick. So, like I said, very accurate. The one issue that a lot of people complained about in the last video that I put out, or at least the most, I can't say a lot of people, but at least the most people complained about was speed of certain players, which is why I chose to use this roster, because this really went in the opposite direction. I think somebody complained that Jalen Walker was only like an 82 or an 83 speed and he ran like a 4.540. So this one here kind of feels like it went in the exact opposite direction, where in that particular roster he may have been a little bit under when it comes to speed. Well, here it feels like it's a little bit over, because I don't think he's necessarily a 91 speed, but that's kind of the difference between that roster and this roster, is this one kind of went in the opposite direction, giving certain players a little bit more speed than I think they'll probably get in Madden. I probably think this guy here will be like an 88 or an 87 speed. I think he ran like a 4.56 or something like that, or like a 4.57, something in that range. So that there is going to be why he's not necessarily going to be faster than somebody like, you know, the Eagles, Nolan Smith, who, if I go back to the official rating from Madden 25, they actually dropped his speed down to a 90. I think it was like a 91 last year, and he ran, I think he ran a 4.4 flat, or at the very least he ran a 4.4, which is faster than Nolan Smith, or not Nolan Smith, than Jalen Walker, even though they both come from Georgia. So like I said, nothing's going to be 100% accurate. You're not going to find a single roster that is 100% accurate. If we switch over to the other side, they actually drafted 2 first-round edges, James Pearson 89. I think he ran the same range, like a 4.5, 4.6. So nobody's going to be 100% accurate, but all the important stuff's done. Like it says, you know, what team they came from in college, and you know, got pretty good ratings. Like, I don't think Jalen Walker's going to be an 80 overall right at the gate either. A little bit high on the overall rating, in my opinion. But like I said, these are some of the, you know, things that you could always tweak. If you're going to use this for a franchise, you could always tweak this for whatever franchise it is you're using. The one that I also want to always look at too is the Jaguars, because you never know if they're going to have Travis Hunter as a cornerback or a receiver. Although the hair looks pretty close, and that's compared to some others when it comes to the actual player look. But I would say this is another one where, you know, I don't know how this guy did it, but he has him as both. So that's what I mean. Like, this is one of the most accurate. He might have created him twice, I would imagine. I don't think the height's necessarily accurate. I thought Travis Hunter was 6'2", but I think the speed's a little bit closer, because some of these rosters I put out had him at like a 92 speed. I don't think he ran a 40, so it's really hard to say. But this is definitely pretty cool, the fact that they went as far as to have 2 versions. But don't be surprised if, like, down the line, if you do this in a franchise, I don't know how they did this other than creating 2 players. If they do this, if they have this in a franchise, you might have Travis Hunter on 2 different teams after 4 years, or you know, something like that, which could obviously be weird. But ultimately, like I said, this is to me one of the most accurate when it comes to the amount of time put in, which is why I wanted to share it with you guys, because obviously, you know, it's up to you guys. Download these rosters. I made several videos like this, so if you guys want to see more options when it comes to ones to download, because I don't necessarily know which one's the best, you know what I mean? I know that the first one I put out only had 1st round to 3rd round, so obviously that one I won't have popping up. But for all the other ones that I did that have the full roster in the game that you can use in online mode, franchise mode, or whatever mode you want to play with, I'll have that pop on the screen so you guys can check them out, get the keywords, and tell me which one you think is the best. Other than that, thanks for watching, man. Money Shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.